Welcome to the Lori Lulu Crochet Podcast, episode 38. Getting up there, I can't remember the number anymore. Anyway, my name is Lori. I live in the Chicago suburbs with my husband Ryan and our two cats, Dixie and Daisy. And I love to crochet. I love to knit. I'm figuring out sewing. Yep. You can find all that goodness on Instagram and Ravelry. I am LoriLulu327. There's an email for this podcast. It is LoriLulu327@gmail.com. So if you have any questions, comments, anything like that, just shoot me an email. There is a Ravelry group for this podcast. Link down below. It is Lori Lulu Crochet. So, welcome to any new viewers and returning viewers. Hello again. You're very welcome here. I'm so glad you came to join me. Anyway, so I think that's all the admin stuff. If you want to grab a drink in your project, and let's get going. Because, oh my goodness, I am so exhausted. Are you guys doing okay? You taking care of yourself? Because, whew. First of all, the fact that they extended tax season to July really stinks for those of us who work with taxes. And this last week has been crazy. Just people last minute, even though you've been given an extra 3 months, some people just wait till last minute. That's just what they do. Yeah, and then, so we have that going on. That'll end Wednesday, July 15th. Thank goodness. And then Ryan wasn't feeling good yesterday. And so, he hurried up and finished his sermon, and then we recorded it last night, or I should say early this morning. So I didn't get enough sleep last night. And then, of course, because he's not feeling well, that has me worried. Of course, that doesn't help exhaustion levels either. Yeah. So, prayers for that. When I was at church, Ryan and I kind of stayed off to the side because we didn't, if he has anything, because there was another coworker that tested positive. So he hadn't having his second COVID test on Thursday. We're still waiting for those results. And, of course, that just makes you worried. So we kind of stayed off to the side, but as I was sitting there in church, all of a sudden it's like I got really hot, and I just had a wave of nausea. And it's like, okay, is this because I'm hungry? Or is it something else? Am I just hot because I've got this mask on my face? Or what's going, you just don't know. So I'll stay off to the side. I got a piece of gum, which helped. And then, of course, once we had dinner, or lunch, I'm fine now. But I am super exhausted, so let's get through all this so I can go take a nap. So, many of you know that I am a huge Disney fan. I've really, rediscovered, that's the word I'm looking for. I've rediscovered my love of Disney. And then, of course, the fact that Disney Plus had Hamilton on their streaming service. So, my husband and I signed up. We got Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus. Because once sports comes back, we'd like to watch sports. So we got rid of cable, and now we have this streaming service. And of course, watched Hamilton. Loved it so much. Although, I will have to say, it's nothing compared to actually being there in the room where it happens. like, because we actually went to go see it a couple years ago in Chicago, and it's just so good. I love it so much. But then of course, you know, because it's Disney Plus, so I get other Disney movies. And there's a lot that I haven't seen, so I'm just like, let's take my time and go through the Disney movies. But then also with Hulu, I had looked at different stuff that they had on there, but once we actually got it and I was flipping through, I saw that they had Timeless, which is my ultimate favorite show ever. And so that's pretty much all I did yesterday was watch episodes of Timeless. Which, oh, what's my hair doing? Oh, anyway. So, yeah, I'm super excited about Timeless. Which, it's about a historian who goes back in time. She time travels to save history. And that's just awesome. And then, of course, there's a whole, like, conspiracy. There's a group that's trying to manipulate history and all this stuff. Yeah. You get into that and you're just like, whoa, okay. Anyway, but it's really cool because, like, she gets to go back and meet Abraham Lincoln, and she's just like, oh. And then one episode that I watched last night, she actually got to meet Josephine Baker, which I thought that's really cool. And, like, you know, Josephine's talking to her and singing and all this stuff, and it was awesome. So yeah, I'm very excited about all of that. And speaking of Josephine Baker, segue here. So Bella from Bella's Custom Crochets, she has a podcast. I'll link it down below. She actually set up a spreadsheet of Black designers. So I will put a link to that below as well. So if you're one who, because of all the things that have been going on, and you want to support more people of color, whatever, Black designers, all of them, I'll have a link to that spreadsheet down below. It's a Google document. But of course, so like I printed it off, and of course it's teeny tiny. But like Kalisha is on there from Quirky Monday. Tony from TL Yarn Crafts is on there. And then there's a bunch that I had never heard of. So that's kind of what I did. I went through and was looking at the different ones that I've never heard of. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then also, speaking of designs and crochet patterns, let's just talk about Ravelry. Let's just get this out of the way. So Ravelry has a new design. I honestly, of course, everybody talks about it like they had no idea they were changing it. And that's true for me, because I was on it earlier in the morning, and then later that day I clicked on it and it was totally different. I was like, what happened? Am I still on the right site? What's going on? Fortunately, I'm one that doesn't have a problem with it. Although on my work computer I do have the brightness settings changed so it doesn't bother my eyes. But some people have reported that they are having eye strain, they are getting migraines from Ravelry, and there have been some cases of seizures because of a website. And so, and I know that Ravelry has not been very apologetic or anything like that. And so that kind of frustrates me a little, because I don't want people to have, that's where all my patterns are, is on Ravelry. So it's like, I don't want people to have a migraine because they're going to get my pattern. So just so you know, I am looking at different ways to sell my patterns, or possibly just have them for free. I may just start a blog. I don't know. I'm still looking at ways that I want to do it. So you can access my stuff without causing pain to yourself. Okay? Because, I don't know. I'm just kind of, like I said, it doesn't bother me, so I'm fine going on Ravelry and looking at stuff. But I don't want other people to be in pain. I don't like that. So anyway. Okay, so shall we get on with the yarny goodness? I typed up my notes. I type them up every time just so, because I hate looking at my handwriting. I don't like it. I don't think I have very good handwriting. Anyway, and after I printed it off, and it was, okay, I'm ready. And then I realized I left an item off my list, off of my notes. So, I'm going to start with them since they're not on my notes. So, for finished objects, the first one I want to show you. Oh, let's not drop everything else. Okay. Are my Hermiones Everyday Socks, which is a pattern by, I don't even have her name down because it's not on my notes. Hold on. Hermiones Everyday Socks are by Erica Loader. So here's what they look like on her model. They are living in this Vera Bradley makeup bag, which you're like, a makeup bag? But it works really well because I like to do my socks 2 at a time, and so I have the yarn split, and so they sit there very nicely in this bag. The yarn that I'm using is Bumblebee Acres Fiber Farm. It is their squishy sock, which is 75% merino, 25% nylon, and the colorway is Dobby's Christmas Stocking 2019. So here's what the colors look like. You have red, green, blue, purple, and some white. It's so pretty. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Oh, and the needles that I used, because this is a knitting pattern. These are what I use for all my 2 at a time socks. It's ChowGoo red lace circular. It's 40 inches, and I use a US 1.5 or 2.5 millimeter. Can you even see that? It's not going to focus, is it? But this is what I use for all my socks. Are you ready to see the socks? Because I'm ready to show you. And again, these are on my redneck sock buckers. I'd rather spend the money on the yarn. Anyway, because look at this gorgeous yarn. Look at how these turn out. Oh my gosh. So when last time I talked about these, I was just starting the cuff. Because I decided I didn't want to have such a super long sock. I'm fine with having, just as long as they come up over my ankle, I'm good. But look at those micro stripes there. And then of course the patterning is super cool. Although I gotta say, I don't want to do a vanilla sock now. Let me just show you something though. So, you know, when you're doing it in the round, you know, you get this micro striping. But for the heel here, like, look at how it came out, like the colors came out when I'm just going back and forth instead of in the round. Like, I thought that was pretty cool. So now it's like, well, I want to knit something like straight with this color now. No, but I have plans for all my scraps. You will see those soon, trust me. So, another pair of socks done. Yay! So this is pair number 4 for the year, I want to say. Anyway, I'm excited for these. They've been washed and blocked, so they're ready to go. So with that, I did the patterning, but so Hermione's Everyday Socks, they are cuffed down. I do mine toe up, so I kind of reversed the pattern. And then I did the heel pattern from my friend Wendy, her basic toe-up socks. I'll have a link to that pattern as well. I just followed that except for the fun purling pattern on the front of the sock. Okay, the next finished object is one I'm super excited about, although a little disappointed. It is actually a design. So it's ready to go. Well, it's done, but the pattern is not ready to go. I need to tweak some things. But I just felt so good having it out of my brain, because it's been in my brain for so long, and I actually have an actual thing I can hold in my hands. Anyway, so this is the Hypatia Slouch. So it's my design. Hypatia was an ancient, she lived in ancient Alexandria in Egypt, and she was an astronomer and a philosopher and a teacher and a mathematician, and she's just awesome. So that's what I named the pattern after her. The yarn that I used is this gorgeous purple. This is from, do I have the tag? I do. This is from Treasure Goddess Yarn. It is on her Treasured Toe Socks, which is $75.25, and the colorway is Royalty, which, yes, love that. So, here is Hypatia. Ta-da! Okay, so there are major problems with this that I've got to figure out on my own. So last time you saw I was here. This is a top down. But yeah, so you can see the special star stitch, which is right here. And it's not as, so like up here it's really stretchy, then it gets to that and it's not very stretchy. So I think the only thing I need to work on is play with hook sizes, and I think that'll fix everything. So yeah, and then I'm not sure if I want the brim that long. I was playing around with, so this is an afterthought ribbed brim. So I was playing around with, do I want it to be half double crochet, which you can see here how the color pooled for that, and then on the other side I did single crochets, and you can see how it changed the coloring. So yeah, so there's still things I need to play around with this, but I'm glad to have like an actual, it's actually out in the world and not just up here anymore. So it'll be on the back burner for a while because there are other things I need to get done, and now that it's out out of my head, it'll help me figure out what I need to do. So that's Hypatia. She's gorgeous. I love her. I love it so much. Alright. Okay, so makes in progress. I'm just going to show you two, because they're really the only two I've been working on this week. Once I got the socks done, I've just been focusing on these two. I have worked on some others, but it's like, I only have like this much to show you, so we're not even going to go there. So the first one is my most exciting one. It is called the Six Wives Shawl. Let me show you the pattern. There we go. This is by Emma Potter from the Potter and Bloom podcast. She actually has a video where she kind of explains why she did what she did. I'll put a link to that down below. It was the pattern release video. So the Six Wives shawl, I'm calling the Six Queens shawl because they were queens. They were married to King Henry VIII. Oh my gosh. Like, wait till you see. So, let me show you the yarn first. Okay, so I'm using Superfine Yarn Company. It is the Euclid Sparkle Sock. So it's 75 superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% silver toned stellina. So I use like one regular skein, and then I used a mini set, which is the same base, so it's got the same composition. Let me just show you the shawl, because it's gorgeous. Yes. It's a gorgeous yarn sausage, as I drop the yarn. So yeah, it's a yarn sausage. So yeah, it's curling like crazy, which will be fixed once it's blocked. But look at this gorgeous, gorgeous colors. I love it. Oh my gosh. So this is the colorway Chambord. It is to represent Henry's first wife, which is Catherine of Aragon. And you have a big section of it because they were married for 24 years. That's a long time. So this stitch marker is where I was last time. See, I had just gotten started on it. This I actually got from Sarah, who is the owner of Superfine Yarn Company. It's a 3D printed one. And so when I saw her at Stitches Midwest last year, and I did the stitch marker swap, I got this one from her. So I was like, well, I will save that for when I work with her yarn. Well, sorry. The yarn that I dropped is one of the mini sets, one of the mini skeins. So just introducing it. It is this lovely green. I believe, let's see, what's the colorway name? Dreamboat. And so I chose the green one because it's supposed to represent Anne Boleyn. And it is myth, something like that. Commonly told story that Henry VIII wrote the poem Greensleeves about Anne. There are things that refute that. Anyway, so I chose green because, you know. Anyway, so I have introduced the green to it. Let me show you the right side. And you can see the pattern changes once you introduce the other colors, the mini skeins, and so you get a lovely textured stripe here. And oh my gosh, I love this so much. It's like all I want to work on, really, because I want it done. The colors are just so gorgeous, and yeah, I'm ready. So that is one that I'm ready to have done. And the other colors I will show you when I get to them. Hopefully, I might be done by next time you see this. Okay, and then the other one that I wanted to talk about, the other make in progress, is a cowl that I'm making for a friend of mine. She suffers from, what's it? Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, something like that. Excuse me. I'll put a link down below. But there's an independent yarn dyer that I think most of their yarn sales goes to EDS awareness and all that. So I did buy their yarn, and then I'm making her a cowl for it. So anyway, the yarn that I am using is Attic Spin Dye, which their base, let's see if I can read it here, is Premium Superwash, Premium Superwash Blue Face Luster, which is 75%, and then 25% nylon. So, it's pretty fancy yarn. The colorway is called Rainbow Zebra EDS Awareness. So there you can see it in the ball. I will show you though. It's like, let's get a hold of it here. So you think, oh, it's like a rainbow and then you'll have black and white speckles. No, no, no. The rainbow is broken up. So like you have orange and red here, and then you have a little bit of black speckles, and then you have the green and the yellow, and then some more speckles, and then you have blue and purple, and then blue again, and then speckles, and then it goes to green and yellow, and so it's like the rainbow kind of goes around, but then it's broken up. Like, I just think that's really cool how they did that. So, the pattern that I am doing for this, as I drop everything on the floor again, I need a big table to hold everything on. So this is by Bella's Custom Crochet. She has a podcast, so I'll put it down, a link to her podcast down below. But it is the One Skein Wonder Cowl. Light. Because this is for fingering weight. Also for her pattern, she does back post, front post ribbing. I decided not to do that, so mine's a little different. But here we go. This is what I've got so far. And let me show you so you can see. Here we go. Ta-da! So here's the zebra progress keeper that came with the skein of yarn. So that's where I was last time, so I didn't have very much. But then look at this. I love how this is turning out. So I'll give you a close-up of the stitch. It's called a mini bean stitch. Oh my goodness, I was pulling the yarn out. Pull a loop up. There we go. Yeah, I just think that's so cool how it's all turning out. Yep. And so this will be nice. Keep her warm in the winters, right? Especially with the blue-faced, bleh. I can never say that right. Blue-faced Leicester. Anyway. So, those are really all I wanted to show you for Makes in Progress. So we're going to go to the 2B section. Yeah, I went shopping. I don't need to buy any more yarn. I'm good. I've got plenty of projects that will keep me busy. But, well, there is one. I do have a birthday present for a niece that I needed to get going. So, usually when I do amigurumi, my go-to is Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn. So these are two colorways I got. This is light gray. Yeah, that's very creative there. And then this one is mixed berry. So this will be something for my niece. Not saying what it is because I know that they watch. So this will be the only time you'll see the yarn until it's done. Then of course Michael's has been having their clearance sale. So of course, you know, I have to go. Wearing my mask. Yes, for sure. So like I walked in and they had a bin of yarn like at the front door. I was like, oh, don't have to go very far. That's nice. But in it they had something that I've never worked with before, so I was kind of interested to see what it would be like. And of course they had purple. It's Lion Brand Yarns Shawl in a Ball, and it is, there it is, it's 58% cotton, 39% acrylic, 3% other fiber. Anyway, this one is called Mindful Mauve, and so it's purple and gray. Those are my colors. What can I say? So I have this one, and then I found this pretty one. Hey, it kind of matches my shirt today. This one is called Community Coral. So it will definitely be these will definitely be a shawl. Don't know what shawl yet. It'll be a new design. I don't know. These will probably sit in my stash for a while until I figure out what I want to do. And then, I mean, this was 50% off, so that's pretty cool. And then these always happen. This always happens to Joy DK. So this is Loops and Thread, Joy DK. What's the... Oh, it's just 100% anti-pilling acrylic. And the colorway I got was called Malibu, which purple, and then you have these lovely teal, and yeah, just teal. But yeah, I thought that was really pretty. So I got 2 balls of that. Try to get the best looking skeins when it comes to Joy DK. Sorry for the rustling. Ugh. So, don't know what I'm going to do with all those yet. But, you know, you see a pretty color, you gotta buy it. And speaking of pretty colors, so, I have an empty pair of sock needles. I need to get going on some. So, my next pair of socks, I'm just going to do vanilla socks, the basic toe-up pattern by Wendy Geckner. I'll have a link to that down below. This yarn is from the Lemonade Shop. It is on her simple sock base, so it's an 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. And I get about 400 yards, and the colorway is called Laguna. And look at this. Oh my gosh. So I love this like bright turquoise, turquoise. And then you have purple, and then there's some pink in there as well, and then the speckling. These are gonna be gorgeous socks. I'm so excited. So these will get started this week. Yeah, my Make 9, I'm really rocking that this year. It's like I feel like, oh, I gotta get those done. I really don't, but I feel like I do. So yeah, these will be started soon, this week. And then the other one that I kind of wanted to get started is a new design. It's gonna live in my Chitingi bag from Kalisha, and I put a cute zebra pin on there and Live Love Crochet, because you gotta love crochet. So this will be a design. The woman that I chose for this is Louisa May Alcott. I think I pretty much decided I'm gonna call it the March Cowl, because Little Women, they're the March girls. Anyway, so the yarn that I will be using is this gorgeous blue. It is Knitology Glowing Worsted in the colorway C. It is 40% superwash merino, 30% silk, 30% alpaca. Oh my gosh. Like, I wish you could feel this. Just reach through your screen and feel this. It's so soft and so squishy. I'm excited to work with this now. And you can kind of see, you see the halo from there. Oh. Yeah. So that will be started. I have, this one again has been in my head for a while, so I'm ready to get it out into the world. So that's my plans for things that are going to happen within these next few weeks. And so that is it. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate y'all a lot. Appreciate your comments and your likes and your subscribes and all that YouTube stuff. I feel weird saying please like and subscribe. If you don't like it, I don't care. I'm doing this just because I want to share what I do. Anyway, so I hope you have a great day. I hope you stay safe, take care of yourself, and then pass a little love on to your neighbor. Yep. Okay. I will talk to you later. God bless. Bye.